I have decided to use the family projection process, how parents unconsciously transfer their own emotional issues onto their children. So the main issue that I can see with the Parr family is the emotional issues the parents have that have affected the children with regards to showing their superpowers to the world. Also, although this happened because of a nationwide publicity story and a legal case that was brought against them, it affected them significantly and took away their right to express their own identities, a large part of their own identities. I believe that it was taken too far into the realm of making the children feel as though they were damaged as human beings as a result of having superpowers. Instead of addressing the emotional ill effects it has on them, the parents simply made it a rule without understanding what kind of toll it could have on them. So in this case, I would address the family projection process when parents unconsciously transfer their own emotional issues onto their children. First, we would need to discuss with the parents the issue that they are dealing with before we can address the issue they have inadvertently placed on the children. This can be very tough because usually people who aren't aware of a problem, when they are told of a problem, have a hard time accepting that it exists, much less that they have affected others negatively as a result. But when it is accepted, that's when the work begins of understanding the complexities of it and then making a plan to work to amend the damage that has been done. There is also the problem of parents not wanting to accept that they have harmed their children. Most parents want to think that they've done the best they can, of course, and it can be very upsetting to come to the realization that they have harmed their children, albeit inadvertently. But if the counselor approaches it in a way that removes blame and focuses on a solution, it can help greatly and ease their minds, allowing them to focus on the solution rather than the problem. Assuming we are able to get to a place where the parents accept and understand the issue, then we can move forward. So I would begin by addressing how exactly the children have learned the emotional issues, either by verbal communication or by rules and guidelines that have been put into place as a result of the emotional issues. Then I would begin to ask the parents if they can brainstorm what ill effects that they can see in their children's behaviors that are a result of the transference, and also suggest possible behaviors that they haven't thought of or behaviors that I have been told of by the children or have witnessed personally in the sessions. We would go one by one into the details of the behaviors and figure out the best way to address them. We would work together, taking into consideration their style of parenting, of course. Most importantly, it would require a verbal recognition of the emotional issues to their children. And this would be done in a session with the counselor so the parents could have some emotional support dealing with this tender subject, so they could navigate through it with a guide. Most often children will be unaware of this and revelation and caught by surprise, which could possibly lead to an open door of understanding for them, and a sense of freedom in expressing their views on it. But if the child is too young for this revelation, for the verbal understanding of it, then the course of action would be for the parents to change the behaviors by being mindful of the words they use, the actions they exhibit, so that the ill effects can be reversed over time. I would also have sessions with the children individually so that they could express their thoughts on it after they've been made aware of it. And that could help me become aware of other effects their parents and I were not aware of previously. It's important to allow the children a voice in this matter as they are the ones directly affected, and they have the best chance of recovering from it and going forward and moving and growing. If the issues are caught early, we have more time to reverse the damage done. Thanks.